Hello there, fellow humans. It's Tuesday, innit? Hi, Gold. How you doing? Welcome. Got a DW2. Yay. What's the compensation for that? Let's see. 500. Okay, I got 1,000 gold. Okay, I'm good. Had a very long day yesterday, but I'm chilling. Lockboxes. It's this kind of stuff. Interesting. I mean, as you can probably guess, they're bad. What is this? Oh, don't it. Do any keys work? Or... yeah, they're not specific. Alright. New shirt band. Okay. Well, you'll get there. Hopefully. Feel like send me the two wrong edges, the left right ones, the two left ones. Okay. I would have no idea how to even start doing that. So there's that. Oops. Let's go indeed. We have two 183s. One of them is already turning out. You gotta learn, it's useful. I mean, when am I gonna ever use that? If I have a broken shirt, I'll just get a new shirt. You know, like. Alright. To stop wasting, you can patch t-shirts. Well, I mean, with t-shirts, if there's a hole in it, I'll just, like, wear it for gardening stuff. It's just then a t-shirt with a hole in it. Alright. That 55A is gonna die. The most pointless 300 hit point ammo rack of the stream. Let's save money at the same time. Well, I mean, the only clothes that really breaks too much is socks, and you can't repair those anyway. So... oh. Well, we're not winning this one, lads. Ain't that lovely? How the hell did they screw up this badly? Absolute gamer team. Give me the extra damage. So I'm gonna die anyway. Yeah. It looks to be patched too. Yeah, but I'd assume that'd be pretty uncomfortable, especially with like the thin socks, and you have some random sewing thing in the middle. So I'd rather not. Alright. Got Amarak at 80 hit points a few days ago. Damn. Well, I mean, it is more satisfying for that to happen because you would have died anyway. What's going on here, lads? Well, that doesn't surprise me so far. Still don't surprise me. Hi, Payoko, how you doing? Still don't surprise me. Well, I mean, what's she doing, honey? She don't surprise you me, you know? I mean, someone, okay, there's 2. There's 3. There's 4. There's 5. There's 1 that's terrible. There's 1 that's 48. So my team is worse. Well, I mean, I'm the only above 60, but that don't make sense. So, what else do we have? Surprised when the plan remove when it's... I mean, in the face of it, it kind of makes sense, because most of the time you can tell anyway if the players are terrible. But obviously, Wargaming wants it to be like a casual game, and they want to milk gambling addict children, right? Rather than like have to listen to the feedback of competent people. So it makes a lot of sense for Wargaming to get rid of the stats because they're kind of toxic. And really, if we look at like competitive games like Counter-Strike, nobody cares about your KD in Counter-Strike. 90% of players don't even know. So, or like your win rate, you know, it's a competitive game and nobody cares. You can't even find it in game unless you pay for the stats. So yeah, I don't think that it was ever necessary to have, like... Obviously, you should be able to see your own stats, I guess, but... Does it really matter whether that enemy player has, like, 2,000 battles in the M6? It's funny to look at, but it doesn't really mean anything. You probably shouldn't do that, Brigido. Well, our mediums are ass. Which is not great. The T-30 just whiffed badly. How long is this reload? Does he have like a 50% crew? He whiffed it. Okay, that guy's utterly useless. Holy. See, I don't need to know that guy's win rate to know that he's a terrible, terrible player. Right, you can tell that very easily. I'm gonna have to escape here. So these guys have not done enough right here. Guys, you have them surrounded. There's a 57 heavy behind them. Right? All their mediums are on the other side. Well, I mean, the Cobra isn't really a medium tank. But they're all on the other side. And yet you can't do anything about them. Hello. About your move, lads. About your move. Be careful. Yeah. Fuck. Lord! 500. Yeah. Still not enough. Come on, lads, you gotta move faster. TVP is gonna die. The 57's getting swamped. This guy's... What are you doing? Like, they had a massive advantage over here. And then they decided to not use it, because now the 57 has a problem, because he's gonna, like, die while reloading, because the Cobra's just gonna HE his ass, and the Type's gonna finish him off. So, well done, guys. One thing that annoys me is that I have a 1.1 damage ratio while playing mostly at a 0.7 KDO. Oh well. That's life. If you die too much, that just means that you don't play thoughtful enough. That you get yourself into positions that you can't get yourself out of. So you should be more aware of the positions you play and get yourself into. Hello, Marky. How you doing? Alright, it's time for you know what. I'll need that put up. There we go. 10v10. 10v10 is way too easy. Gotta say. It's way too easy. I mean, I play pretty aggressive most of the time as well, but... Wait, I have a... Okay. Where do I have a key from? If there would be so many, like, useless items in here... You know, you could actually do something with them. But hey, welcome to Wargaming. 400... That's... That is utterly worthless, Jesus. Start. Are those boxes still... Do they even still exist? The hell? That box event doesn't even exist anymore. Because that was for the... Yeah, that tier 9 thingy. That sucked. Destiny, that's the one. So... German cinema Dutch. I don't know. I've never heard that in my life. What, to have someone with that name. So I can't help you with it. Hello, big man Blastoise. I only know his friend. Wow. Guy's maiden name. I see. I don't know. Yeah. Big man ain't even hitting. Are you hitting the gym again, big man? You're getting your gains. Okay. 62A. I mean, the main thing that Reforged is gonna do is obviously attract more casual players and in that regard reduce the match quality even further. If that's even still possible. I doubt it is, really, at this point. And we've already hit rock bottom. We've got to start digging. Can't really go for the tier 100 because there is... well, a line and a 30B somewhere. Push C. Well, how about you do it? Oh, that's another guy. I need more gun depression. I need more gun depression. Probably pretty risky to stay here. The 30B is a thrower. He's a thrower, not a grower. Hello, little guy. Nope, I'm coming for him then. Yo, T95 is probably gonna... Yep. He is. Time when they disappear. Would have been hilarious if that would have hit. Ow. Well, lads. What does it say when... I gotta camp in the back corners. Try and get anything out of this game. We move one guy down. Sounds like a Shaolin monk. Well, it's life. Obviously that BZ's not gonna survive till the end. Here comes the T-100. Can't do anything there. The heck? Rhino's gonna pound the TVP. I mean, we could have done extremely well here, but if you get yourself boxed in like this, there's basically zero chance of winning that match. Right, because the T-95 is over there, probably. T-100 is here. Wasn't this... I think this bush was bigger at some point. Not sure, though. Well, I mean, yeah. That is what is happening. Oh, jeez. It's a goat. It's a goat boy. No. I'm not a fan of that. Computer still broken. Damn. But see, this is forever dance of bullets. If you camp in a corner, you lose. If you rush in YOLO, you lose. But to find the perfect balance between aggression and being reserved. Because otherwise, this happens. You're gonna shit in a corner and die. That's sad. Probably did top damage as well. Well, almost. Alright, I mean, like, here's the thing. I know the 62A and the TVP aren't good players. You can guess that. Right, 118,000 battles. Hold on, how's my boy doing? Is he at 150k or is he probably 200? How's my boy doing? 230,000. Man is motoring. It's soon gonna be 11 years of battles. Jeez. What a legend. My computer doesn't even know if it even has an SSD. Well, that's not good. That's not good. It should know if there's an SSD in it. Because if it don't know, it probably isn't one in it. Or it doesn't connect properly. Alright. 3v3 out here. For a fintech and some... Oh. Fintech. It's just buy Bitcoin 17,000 times. Alright. Alright. There. I still spent last one in the pool for nanos floating. Oh well. It's finance. All you need to know about finance is that money is more valuable than people. So you need to maximally exploit the people that get more money. Right? Because the people don't matter. Only the money does. Alright. You need to increase shareholder value right now. That's all I know about finance, that's why you scam your grandmas. Well, they don't know anything about finance. At all. Finance is basically a gangbang of you trying to fuck everyone else harder than they're fucking you. That's it. Right? There's no art behind it. It's just, can you fuck the other harder than they're fucking you? That's finance. All right. It's like, I mean, stock market trading is nothing but educated gambling, you know? Because is the line gonna go up? Is it gonna go down? Nobody knows. It was kind of funny. There was this guy on Instagram that made a chicken make trade decisions. And the chicken did better than most human traders. So, yeah. Basically, the entire finance industry is just scam the other guy harder than they're scamming you. Oh, and cause as much harm to humanity as possible, trying to extract value from everything. What do you mean this child toy is a fire hazard? It's 17% cheaper this way. All right. Oh, stock my train is also about how you can get a failing business some funds so it may somehow float because it's someone's dream. I know such a business. A business relatively close to where I'm living. They've been insolvent 5 times in the last 10 years. And somehow, people are still giving them money. But now, next year, they're closing permanently. It's like a car, like, I don't know what you call it. Like, they make car windows and seats and stuff. But yeah. Why is the lean manufacturing? I love lean. You know? Lean is my friend. Yeah, it's the same thing. Like, if you do any business presentation, just add an AI in front of every word. Then your business. You know, just add an AI. AI Roomba. AI cooking pot. Uh-oh. AI Crocs. There you go. Sell me some AI Crocs. What the hell, Goth? What's the reference to that? Alright. Request more tanks. Can do 2 more of this round. We can request more tanks. Let's see. Where? Yeah. I mean, our species screwed up as the second things became more valuable than lives. Which is like a couple thousand years ago. I can't eat a bar of gold. How dare you? I'm the guy that tries to defend his business of games that include agent. Oh. Oh, what the hell? Lock that up. Forever. I mean, most prison sentences should be about rehabilitation, but you can't rehabilitate that. Things have always been more valuable than life. That's why we learn how to crack skulls by throwing rocks. Yep. That's our downfall. An octopus would never. An octopus would never. Okay, let's see. What do we have? Ooh. How about some pain? In the form of the great T2020. As you all know, this is an amazing vehicle with no flaws whatsoever that definitely works really great. What's that? Ooh, more gambling. I think Wargaming should rename the game to World of Gambling. Now, let's do some of that. Because let me see, because... Oh my god, look at the cool animation. Seriously? Okay. That'll do then. I suppose, what's the drop chance of that? Not a lot, probably. Well, I'll play that then, I guess. Ay, ay, ay. How is it? Is it? Oh, okay. Can't click on that. How did you go? Oh, there you go. Well, it's probably like a 3% drop chance, that. An octopus would, like a chimpanzee? Nah, they wouldn't. Can't use that. Burgerland. Burgerland. What about Burgerland? Burgerland is what happens when capitalism goes too far. And Norway is what happens when you do it properly. Also, but he doesn't have the brain power to compute. What? You do know that you're also insulting yourself with that. Like, y'all still the same people. Just call some British guy drew a border. Don't make it different. Norway socialist. It is not. So there are more billionaires in Norway per capita than in America. Their wealth fund holds like something percent of the worldwide stock market, and they're making more in dividends alone than they need to pay out. If that ain't capitalism, I don't know what is. Social services don't mean socialism. So... Maybe there's only 5% you can kind of save on the head. Yeah, then stop doing it. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, of course socialism isn't communism, and communism doesn't work. Ever. Like, the whole idea of communism is flawed on the idea that humans can get past greed, which they never will. Alright. Maybe still they're doing loads of work. No, I mean, if you gotta stop doing it then. A GOP rep at a town hall had a resident tell that people in the district will die if they have Medicaid cut. Everybody dies. Lol. Ah, yes. Good old Christianity, lads. Remember, Americans don't believe in Jesus, they believe in white Jesus. Do you mean Marxism, Trotskism, Stalinism, Maoism, King Communism? The last three are categorically terrible already. And Marx kind of dreamed a little bit too much. You know? Alright. But yeah, that is kind of insane, Morky, that they're like willing to say that out loud. Let's go. Give me some tank requests. He also forgot Leninism, which is kind of, yeah, kind of pretty kind of Stalinism, but anyway. What do I have to do to have my corpse permanently displayed in some kind of glass cage somewhere? Like, can I sign up for that, or do you like have to pass a requirement thing? It worked. I mean, by working, I mean improve the lives of people. You know? That's what I mean by it working. All right. Newsflash. Nationalism is stupid, and there are stupid people in every single country. However, there are countries where the stupid people hold all the power. And there are countries where intelligent people hold the power. Current example, Canada, USA. In one, there is a incredibly competent person in power, and the other one of the dumbest people currently alive. So... And Canada was about a couple of million votes away from also being governed by a sentient ham sandwich. By a sentient French ham sandwich. That's even worse. Alright. CDC. You paused last later streaming from a cemetery. I'm sorry that people don't understand that everybody dies. Well, I thought they all go to heaven. You know, so they just transition. Wait a minute! Hold on. Wait a minute. Is that why they have a... Let's not continue that. Here's the problem with with inventing fake conspiracy theories, right? There will always be people that sincerely believe it and it will catch on. Right, so if I made up a conspiracy theory right now that... Because if we look at it, when did we force left-handed people... When did we stop forcing left-handed people to become right-handed? Like, right around the similar time that human-made climate change research was starting to get, like, really accurate, right? So you could, like, spin conspiracy theories that left-handed people cause climate change, and to stop it, we have to ban left-handed scissors. Right? You could spin that. The problem is there are going to be people that believe that. Right? Because there will always be people that will blame any minority they don't belong to. And everyone's part of some minority. You know, it's impossible to not be part of a minority. You know? Like there are... trombone players are a minority compared to non-trombone players. So if we Pol Potted a society where we got rid of trombone players instead of glasses wearers, there you go. That's a problem. Can you play the trombone? Poof, dead. And there's just as much logic in that. Yes, Gold, exactly. Imagine that too, going to heaven. God damn. That whole heaven thing is like one of the best marketing tricks humans have ever invented. You know? It's like that marshmallow thing, you know, where you put a marshmallow in front of a child and you say in 15 minutes you get a second one if you don't eat it. But the second one actually never arrives and they just die. That's kind of that. Alright. Also, the only thing that experiment really proved is that... children with the richer backgrounds can delay gratification further because they know that they'll safely get more food, while children from poorer background tend to just consume it straight away because they're not sure when they'll get the next thing. But anyway, so... Okay, but a society without LOL players, would it be better? I mean, YouTube would probably be a better place without Asmongold, so I guess, yeah. But see, that's the thing, you know, like, everyone's part of some minority. I mean, Blitz player is a minority, you know? Just... The thing is, people that base their worldview like that, they're most of the time not very intelligent. So they have to take visual cues. You know, things that you can obviously see in most cases. You know? Which is why when there's like two women living together for 40 years in the same house, sleeping in the same bed, they're like, oh, they're just good friends. You know? Because they can't tell, because they're dumb. So... Do you mean if we keep promoting and pushing materialism, racism, and hatred against minorities, individualism, the individual, and then we'll be the minority? What? No. It'll just lead to that minority getting killed and murdered. You have an example of that in India currently? Hold up, let me eat some steak. Oops, I got lynched. Now this tank's still not good, but by the way. Because this vehicle, its fundamental idea of a tank does not compute with Blitz. It's large and it's entirely unarmored. Don't you do anything about a cockroach missile? Okay. Yeah, but like... See, this is now the big problem of like modern society, where... I mean, you always had terrible people. What was that, Marky, you might know that, like... bloated televangelist. I don't remember his name, but... There's always been terrible role models, if you can put it that way. But where is our time's Mr. Rogers, you know? Now we have Mr. Beast. You know? Like, what the we got, like, kids watching Coco Melon or whatever. It's like, camera cut, camera cut, camera cut, camera cut, camera cut. Just to keep the attention. Have vodka? Yes, I have, and... That's kind of neat, because fuck them Nazis. Even the tulip variety. Remember, kids. It doesn't start with 45. It starts with 20. Oh, well. That one. Yes. Thank you. Jerry... Good old Jerry. That's his name. Enemy armor is damaged. We've damaged them. Enemy armor is hit. It's like eating a dog is illegal in Germany. You don't see a bitching about how Chinese rights suppressed in Germany. Well, Chinese people don't eat dogs anymore. So that doesn't work. You know. Also, it tends to be that a cow is held to use. Have you ever tried milking a dog? Like, there's a fundamental difference in what they're for. So my crush bought me on WhatsApp yesterday because of her parents. She said she's in my class and she spent 10+ hours building a huge Minecraft. Damn. Pee-wee joke. Yeah, but that's an insult to Pee-wee Herman. But yeah, I mean that guy is like, if you look up the dictionary of evil, it's just a picture of that guy. You know, that's a person that never had anyone love him in his life. Or had the wrong people love him. Or not at all. So... But here's the question. Alright. If someone eats a steak, and I tear down their house with a bulldozer, and, you know, ruin their life, they're probably gonna be a bit mad. And it's the same in Germany, where, you know, if you're like a right-wing extremist, and you set a migrant home on fire, and those migrants are already in an emotionally vulnerable position, susceptible to extremism, you might push a couple over the edge easily. So, in most cases, violence is always gonna just produce more. You know, like, zero redeeming qualities. Well, his only redeeming quality is that he one day will be dead. But, yeah. It's kind of crazy. And, I mean, the orange guy is the perfect puppet, essentially, because he's stupid, he's entirely clueless, and he's gonna sign anything that they put in front of him. So, you know, they can lead him around with whatever. I mean, you got people like Miller or good old Curtis Yarvin. Or Ketamine Ken. Yeah, no, you can do a lot of damage. You're younger than me, though. I'm probably so insecure that I'll give it a... You want? Yeah, I mean, you can't force that, can you? You can't force people to like you. I mean, if you think about it, marriage has a higher failure rate than the Ferdinand tank. We're talking about mechanical failures here of the vehicle. So... great concept, lads. Any more tank requests? Also, France's gonna be more political and civil in the next 2 years. We're gonna have more internal and civil levels. Oh, jeez. Oh well. Kinda. Too many people have benefited from the extremely heightened ability of human survival, right? Because this is like... we got rid of evolution, basically, because what evolution and natural selection essentially does, it eliminates what is not possible to live. You know? Some people, without modern society, would be too stupid to survive. But now they are surviving. Oops. You know? There's a reason why two-headed cows don't live very long. And because they got some of the cows and my cows are using You say that as if that justified it. So... let's see... Andrew, ask YouTube, I don't know. It's like the 3 most chatters get XP and it resets every stream, so... yeah. Also, I mean, kind of sad that Progetto is a bit sad. A bit sad. It's a bit sad. I'm offended. Yeah. There we go, beautiful. It does not. Pikachu. It does not. I mean, if you're... I mean, sure, if you have a terrible system of justice, if you've got a terrible system of social equality, if you got no safety nets, no security, you're fucked. So, you know. I mean, T-32 is already on the list. I don't know how the XP actually works. I mean, Golf. I mean, everyone has the same XP. Everyone has 75 XP. I don't really know how that actually works.
Let's go.
You know? I mean, ask yourself, why does someone... If someone steals a cow, they probably kind of be starving themselves as well, most likely. Because who would steal food if they wouldn't need it? So, yeah. I mean, at least there's bags of rice with...
We didn't penetrate their armor.
with that idiot's face on it.
No trucks was hit.
So... Could you call him Adolf Hugler? No, probably not.
Penetration.
Alright.
Enemy armor is damaged.
All I know is number one. Woo! Number one!
Hard. That one didn't go through.
Alright. And who buys it is the killing and eating. Well, then perhaps they should be fined, arrested, whatever.
Nice shot.
Alright. Let's see. Uberman. Oh no. Oh no. YouTube just reinvented the friggin' cast system, but worse. Oh no.
We got him.
Alright.
Enemy is hit.
Oh yeah, plays BTD6. 14. You're 14. Chill.
They're knocked out.
Here's one thing for you to remember. It's better to be happy alone than miserable with someone else. And if you ain't happy alone, you ain't happy with someone else. Remember that as well. Always. Also, the best way to get to know people is to get them to talk about themselves most of the time. You know? This is my problem, in which I kind of I'm not a fan of talking to people most of the time because I'm pretty good at, like, giving impulses for people to just yap forever. Alright. And then play more Minecraft. Just play Minecraft. Chill. Who's that? Who the hell? Oh, Cyclone said, what? Ayo? What up? And happy alone video games and other things, so they've, go. Just find so many unnecessary hobbies that you never need to interact with another person in your life. Hello. Isafosh.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Itafoshi.
We've damaged them. Penetration.
I mean, you can also emotionally manipulate and gaslight people to like you, but that's not recommended.
Enemy armor is hit.
So...
We've damaged them.
So we have two utterly useless medium tanks, which is great. Great to know. Defend the base.
Enemy armor is damaged.
We also have an AFK light tank for some reason. Uh-oh.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Gotta be careful of that. Uh-oh. Don't you cap. Your workout plan.
Enemy armor is hit.
What's your workout plan? That's like not recommended. Yeah, it's like... Hey! You don't... That dress doesn't make you look fat. Tell this to myself and use this as motivation for a new way. What are you gonna do? What kind of workout are you doing? AI might one for me. Okay. What's it got, right? What's it got in it? What's it got? Tell. Share with us.
Destroyed.
I've watched enough fitness YouTube to know what's going on.
Enemy armor
Calisthenics.
destroyed.
Well, that'll do. Maybe. I mean, the stuff that is really useful, and there's stuff like planks,
Armor is hit.
which make you good at doing planks.
Got 'em.
Let's go. Sorry. Food and alcohol are given. Yeah. Alright, another round of tank requests. Calisthenics is pretty good if you like men. All types of working out are good if you like men. Because the only people that appreciate, like, big muscles are other men. Duh. 140 Minotauro. No. Hi, Ismail, how you doing? That is true, Ghouls. That is very true. That is absolutely true. Where am I typing? Okay, here. And one more. Only bears can request the STG. It's purely to feel more confident and just feel better. The first time you enter the gym in your life will be the last time you won't be small. Like, there is a lot more people that have body dysmorphia that work out than don't. Right? If you don't care, you're like, whatever. But if you work out and you're like, oh my god, I gotta get my biceps 2 centimeters bigger, you know, then... You know. Or maybe I like big muscles and I grow them because I like touching myself. Yes. That is true. That makes sense. That explains everything. Game going. Well, let me hit his blitz. So you know how it's going. Cloudy with a chance of utter disappointment. Alright, Spinosaurus. First again. Get a good exercise routine. If it's big enough to do it with both hands, so you get an even spread. Otherwise, no. It's also not a very, like, muscle growth promoting movement because you're not moving against gravity and you're not moving any weight, so it's not really optimal. Uh-oh. Where you'll see. I'll add it to the list. There's an epidemic of guys with big muscles and zero girlfriends in the US right now. Yeah? Because they're like, oh, if I get jacked, I'll get a girlfriend. But, like, to get a girlfriend, you, like, have to talk to women. You know? It's kind of the problem then. And you have to be, like, pleasant to be around. And I don't mean, like, be one of those, like, nice guys, you know? That's a load of, you know, the milady hat wearers. Don't be that guy. Well, guess they screwed that up. Oh, 98. Huge games 23 to 28. Absolutely. So I'm flabby because I'm a swing used. I mean, yeah, but once you get it at some point, it's easier to get it back. And obviously, the more muscle you retain, the easier you'll have it most likely in age. All right. Trust me, you don't make big gains in 3 months. I've been trying for the last 3 years. Well, you can at the start of it. Like, when you've never worked out, and now you start working out, then yeah, you can. But it just... It's like, muscle growth is like the, what is this, LNX graph. It goes up really fast, and then it's sort of like... I did top damage in the 140. I did top damage in the 140. You'll see. Peace. Alright. Alright. Must be a women thinking. Well, if we look at current academics, then women are doing a lot better. Like, girls are doing much better in school than boys. So, you know, if we had a... Well, I mean, people like Merkel or Thatcher are terrible examples, but... I don't know. I guess we're at that point, right? Like, in every marriage, the man fucks up, drives drunkenly into a pond, and then the wife has to bail him out. Right? And I think we've reached that point with humanity now, where men have fucked up to such a colossal degree that probably even women can't fix it anymore. Alright. Almost 40 now. Great decade in decay. Well, you need some motivation to get better. To get ripped again, yo. But yeah. I mean, again, that's the same with pretty much everything in life. If you do some of it, if it's non-destructive, like smoking or alcoholism or gambling, if you do some of it, you know, you might have a benefit from it, but if you do too much, then that benefit again wears off. You know, like if you get them muscles, you'll do a lot better, but if you then get too much, your heart says, bye. And then it's also a lot less attractive as well. You know, like nobody loves that 5 minutes from death shredded look. Alright. They're better in economics because all we do is burn our laptops and show to the back of class. Valid, yes. I mean, and again, like the differences we're talking about here is like the difference between blitz tanks, right? They're both tanks, they're both the same thing, but there's still fundamental differences. You know? But they're still pretty much the same thing in the end. I mean, then again, there is more variance between tank types than human genes. So, probably not the greatest of comparisons there. Alright. Like, there is essentially no genetic difference between humans anywhere. So, like, the premise of idiocracy kind of doesn't work. In terms of, like, it being genetic. It's very much more environmental. Like, you can make a relatively, let's say, person not competent at learning, you can turn them into a much better person by, like, finding better ways to teach them something useful. US university has a stupid concepts. I mean, if you have to pay a lot for it, yes, and to like get into Harvard, you probably gotta bribe somebody, and they brainwash their students. Yeah, but that's more like Christian colleges and stuff. Because like, Yeah, this is like the ultimate death sentence of conservative argumentation that education makes people liberal. I mean, yes, being confronted with more knowledge about the world does tend to make one more open about said world. So... Uh-oh. It's like, why are people that live in regions with worse access to education, worse access to transportation, why do they tend to be more conservative? I wonder why. Or also less access to different people and different cultures. You know, if you walk through Munich, you're gonna, like, get a Syrian, a Russian, a Nigerian, a Brazilian, and a Chinese dude in the same train. If you live, like, in Iowa, you don't. You know. If you've never, like, interacted with people before, you're a lot more suspicious. You know? Our jokes, college's jokes, you can get a degree in gender theory. Well, still worth more than a degree from PragerU, so there's that. Yeah, I don't get it either, but... What is a philosophy student gonna work? Right? I mean, they'll have to think about it. If you study philosophy. Right? Or if you study theology. You know? At least genders are real. Oops. That's another thing, like, nobody knows the difference between gender and sex. At all. You know? And these people have all slept through fundamental biology. Right? Fundamental biology. You know? Like, yes, there is an X and a Y chromosome, but it don't work that way. It's pretty much... the same with politics. Like, you can sort of compare human genes to politics, because in most countries you have two big parties, and there are a couple of smaller parties around it, that are, like, less rare, but they're there. You know, that's kind of how human genes work as well. You got, like, XX and XY, and those are the main ones, and, you know, those are the most common ones, but they got a lot of variation. You know? You have, like... What was the maximum? 5x is the maximum, I think, they can go up to. I mean, those are very rare, but it happens. I mean, there is already triple X. They even made a movie about him. That's probably not it. Ray is at least free. Yeah, but that's the problem. It shouldn't be. Why is education expensive, but retardation free? There is no other word to use for that. Legitimate. Alright. To become the next Ninjutsu master. That's when larger cities, even red states, liberal. Yeah. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, if you're more exposed to other people and other cultures, you'll get a better understanding of them. And then it's also not going to surprise you that, yes, every culture has at least 15% assholes. That's a given. And then it depends on whether those 15% assholes are allowed to rule over the others or not. Because most people don't really care, and then there's some good people. Right? This is one of them. I mean, yeah. Alright, I mean, whether you're Scientology or you're into, like, Herbalife, what's the difference? It's a cult, either way. The check commander says deal with my man. Yeah, I've been hearing that my man for years as well. Alright. Remember the wording of 30... yeah. There is probably a Rule 34 blitz. I mean, we already have the anime girl backgrounds, so I'd assume someone probably made something with that. I assume. It's like such a great movie. A computer. I mean, you probably have to like put Vin Diesel behind it or something like that. But that is a terrible movie title, honestly. How could you not think of that ever? Not that they're good. It also doesn't help that the main character of Triple X is called Xander Cage, which is like... sounds like a porn name. I mean, what does Xander Cage sound like to you? I mean, come on. Yo, Dino, how you doing? I got a little bit of a problem. Rule 35. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Gonna pound the rhino. Never mind. I mean, the runner's doing the correct thing. He is closing the distance. He's fighting me. He's also the Progetto, I think. Or the, no, it's 4.5. Yeah, they're there. See, this is how you play a 1vx, by the way. So learn something from this. They're all approaching from different directions at the same time. That is how you do it. That is exactly how you do it. Alright. Okay, tank of plane. I don't know. I don't know either of them, so you'll if you have experience with that, I don't know any Rule 34 of tanks or planes, so you know. I mean, with most things you're best off with a sensible middle ground. However, obviously, there are people that forget that sensible part. Right? Like, imagine one person says eating a bar of soap a day is good, and the other person says, no, it isn't. The middle ground, technically, would be eat half a bar of soap. But the sensible middle ground is, you don't eat damn soap. You also don't eat Sydney Sweeney's bathwater. I mean, whoever came up with that idea is probably laughing all the way to the bank right now. That's about it. What do you gain most with? With exploiting human emotion? Yeah, it's some kind of bathwater soap. Yep. I don't know. I didn't look into it specifically. I just saw it on Reddit and I was like, what the hell? So... Eat half fentanyl, half benzine. Exactly. That's what I mean with sensible middle ground. Because fentanyl is not sensible. You don't consume that. I mean, it's terrible even. Like, fentanyl isn't even like a good drug. You know, it's not even gonna make you feel that good, really. I mean, the only time a drug's gonna feel good is the first time you consume it. And then every single time afterwards, you'll never reach that first point again, but you'll always be chasing it, so you need more and more and more to get back to that starting point, but you'll never get there ever again. It's like, it's the same as like going on a roller coaster for the first time. The first ride is like, amazing, it's new, wow, holy shit. The second time you ride, it's like, okay, I've already been here. And the third time is like, it's never as good as the first time. Because you're used to it. Sacred blood of Jesus. I mean, in modern time, that's... the bathwater is probably worth more. Because Jesus didn't have... boobs. I sell bathwater. No, I don't. Should I? What? Ow. What do you mean, Blastoise? That's your name now. It's like I remember stronger. Well, it's stronger, but it's not better. Unless you've tried it. I mean, I have never tried it, but according to Kurzgesagt, it don't feel as good. It's a lot stronger. And I'll trust the animated birds on that one. There's alcohol in the bathwater. What the heck? Alcoholic bathwater. Gotcha. Gotcha! That's used a lot. Yeah, that's also how a lot of people can get hooked on opioids. Yay! I got him. The Supreme Bathtub Block Money Shot. I'll nail the bathtub. Another Rantank quest, just shorter duration. Yeah, but that's worse. Because you need to get it again sooner and then more and faster, so that's a worse experience. No. 75. Gonna be. It's about the bathwater. I don't know. I don't know about the bathwater. Damn. But yeah. Also, can we get an F in chat for Poland for choosing the terrible option? Actually, let's not do that. You know, like Canada didn't fuck up, Romania didn't fuck up, Korea somehow didn't even fuck up, but Poland was like, "Hey yo, fuck him." By 0.something%. Poland elected a fan of Orange Man with a very narrow margin. Well, not really, because the way it should be thought, is that everyone that doesn't vote automatically supports everything the winner does. Right? Because if you don't choose, that choice is made for you. And then you're fine with that choice. You know, it's like, if a guy... If you get kidnapped, and a guy says, choose between losing your pinky and losing your whole leg. And you're like, I'm not gonna choose, and the guy cuts your leg off. It's your fault. You know? For losing the leg, because if you have the choice to lose just the pinky, then you'll choose that. If you don't make the choice, it's on you. Historic 10 out of 54%. That's like nothing. You know? It's nothing. The other 45% are fine with... Yeah. Hey guys. You mean Argentina? Yeah. Well, Argentina's not in the EU. At least one thing you can credit Poland with is that they definitely hate Russians. No matter which political direction. So, at least some sense, given the historic context. High for a lot of places. Yup. And that's a bit sad. That's a bit sad. But I mean, it's most places are really like that. You have 15% assholes, 15% good people, then 15% on either side that you can like pull towards one side. Like 15% they're not terrible, but you can easily make them terrible. 15% aren't directly good, but you can make them that way. And then the rest 40% are just standing in the middle and be like... You know, it's like... 30% would help a homeless man that's being beaten up. 40% would watch a homeless man being beaten up. And 30% would beat up a homeless man. Pretty much. Good luck with your test, Blastoise. Have fun. With the numbers. Probably. Ah, vad tycker du? Welcome. FV 215B. But Germany wants to have more exchange with that. Yeah. Yeah.
Time to roll out.
I mean, honestly, I think there are certain things that should be reformed about the EU. For example, we don't need the E. Invite Canada, Australia, New Zealand. Get in. Just become you. And kick out Hungary, for fuck's sake. So, or at least suspend them till they're normal again. Alright. It's kind of crazy though how short the memories are. You know, it's almost as if they forgot what happened to them. And what the Soviets did to them. And now... for like 20 years, they have a guy in power that actively licks Russia's ass.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
It took us nothing to hit the like button. Well, it does cost like 0.001 watts of electricity to add the number in the server. Ooh.
The armor is hit. We're immobilized.
What they talking about?
Penetration. The loaders bought it.
Cyclone, do you happen to be a police officer by any chance?
We've
That's, for example, a stereotype. That is somewhat true.
We didn't even scratch them.
Does the euro change name? No, it's just... It's a currency. It's not gonna change name. It's not gonna... It's gonna stay the way it is. Also, I mean... If, like, California, Oregon, Washington, and, like, New England would secede from the US, they can join too. But... not the rest. Nah.
Enemy armor is hit.
Even though specifically and exclusively Yellowstone, I'll take that.
Penetration.
There we go. Hi, Martin, how you doing? There we go. Guess I'll just be a boomer. Yeah. Well. I mean, it does show kind of how much better women are, given that they've been treated like shit for 4,000 years, and somehow their murder rate is still so much lower than men's. So, yeah, you know. Ayo, I got a cooldown booster. I love cooldown boosters, guys. I got 2. Okay. 2,400 XP boosters that I definitely need. But yeah, how's it going, Martin? How's it going? Yo. Going on here. Joe. If that's thanks crew XP. Yes, they will be. Yes, they will be. I mean, the crew XP is gonna get transferred to a commander XP. And we'll have to see how much sense that makes. I mean, ideally, if you have full crew XP level in Blitz now, you should also have a free full commanders in Reforged, right? Like every commander is full level. Otherwise, it would not be very fair. Oops. Would not be very fair now, would it? Hello. Ferdinand. It's gonna be painful. It's gonna be genuinely painful. Hold on. Where did I put it? There. Just more stuff you got to pay for. Of course, you also have to pay for the keys, somewhat. Just wondering how reward the player... Reward? Wargaming? Reward? Best joke of the day. Hi Goldie, how you doing? Best joke of the day. Have you not heard? You gotta buy gambling. Now. Wargaming is like a drug dealer, you know? You get the occasional free packet here and there. Just to, like, make you buy more and more and more. I mean, because if you look at the sales model of online games in general, and obviously Wargaming is by no means an exception. They're not the worst, by far. Stuff like Raid Shadow Legends is much worse than Blitz ever could be. But, essentially, it is a predatory model that tries to get as much throughput as possible, right? You try to bring as many new players into the game as possible because you don't want everyone to spend, but you want to create as many whales as possible. And I mean, I was sort of one for a while. Obviously not to the extent that most people, or most whales are, but still to a unreasonable amount. Where essentially you have like 5 to 10% of the player base that spend the majority of the money. Like the absolute majority of the money is spent by a tiny fraction of players. And it's your goal as a game company to create as many of those whales as possible. And then, once you've created the whale, you gotta shank the whale. You know, you gotta put that spear deep inside, hook it, and pull. Because you can sell crates, tanks, everything in masses. So exhausted, I finished editing video, drank 6 coffees and still dead. Well, because caffeine, like any other drug or drug-like substance, eventually loses its effectiveness over time. If you drink coffee every single day, it will essentially have no effect at all anymore. You'll only feel like it has an effect. It's the same with smoking. Like, if you smoke, you feel good while smoking. However, if you wouldn't smoke at all, your baseline would be a lot higher. So what other people have normally, you need to get back to. It's the same with coffee. If you drink coffee all the time, the absence of that extra caffeine is going to make you feel worse. And then when you drink the coffee, you're going to feel normal again. So that's just how it works. So that's not going to do much. It's not drug. Coffee's not a drug. I said drugs and drug-like substances. I mean, can you classify... you probably can. It's a very, very minor drug, though, then. Alright. I spent £400 on my 150 RC car. Broke it again. Oof. It's unfortunate. What kind of car is it? Hello, Curtis. How you doing? Like the people I have in the chat. Appreciate it. You know, I sometimes watch other people's streams and they have like 100 people watching with like 3 people chatting, and I'm like, that's not why I'm streaming. You know, if I want to like do a presentation to people, then I'll make a video. And I can like invest more time into it. But if the point of streaming is like to have a conversation with the people, right? Right? I mean, sure, maybe I'll have to show more cleavage, but we'll see. And he's dead. Forgot my water though. Remember to hydrate. Always hydrate. If you're well hydrated, well fed, and not... You don't have to go to the toilet. You're good. That's the... Good sleep, good food, and a good shit. And then 50% of life's happiness is already achieved. Pretty much. I mean, isn't it better to drive a cheaper car, but then get that cheaper car to a good restaurant and house some epic food? Right? Or dating advice, it's better to spend that 5K on some good restaurants than on some fucking ring. Because not only do you also get something from it, it probably lasts longer anyway. Like, there's pretty much an inverse proportion. Wrong P. But in, like, ring size and marriage length. Right, the bigger the ring, the less it'll last. Don't smell me. Okay. I won't. Alright, another round of Tanker Quests. Is that the last one? Last one for today. Last round of Tanker Quests for today. Because I had a 17-hour day on Monday, and tomorrow I have a 3-hour day, but I have to get up early. I 7 to the 183 is a member tank. I don't know what happened to algorithm on YouTube, dude, a year ago. It's nice garbage. How about you? It's your experience. Well, I don't really make a lot of videos anymore, so it doesn't really bother me what the algorithm does. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me at the moment. I'm like in a holding pattern because I have 164 days of premium left, and the problem is I want to start a new project, like a new YouTube channel and a YouTube thing, but probably can't do that before like next year, February, like properly. So we'll see. That's how I broke. Yeah, I mean, Blitz YouTube games, pretty much the more videos you make, the more views you get. Right? And that's my clear experience, and that's pretty much proven as well. Whereas no matter how shit the quality of your videos, the more videos you make, the more views you're gonna get in the Blitz space. You know, there is no yearning for quality for Blitz videos, pretty much. I mean, obviously there's What Be Joe, but, you know. Zoom! Boom! He also did, for a very long time, make a lot of videos. Very, very short videos, so. Yeah. It would be fun if I can find some tires that would stay on and not balloon. Oh, that's not good. You don't want that to happen. You don't want that to happen. I remember when the IS-7 was made on 5 IS-7s, 2 Object 140s. Yup. That was the early days. That's when I somewhat played Blitz competitively. I mean... Alright, that was... Like, I stopped playing tournaments round about the second Twister Cup thing? I don't know. Because obviously, I mean, I've been playing on PC since 2016, so I never, like... I always knew that there is no point in me actually committing to tournaments because I'll never be allowed in. You know? And the rewards are a joke compared to the effort you have to put in. I mean, right now, there is a Counter-Strike major with, like, 1.2 million prize fund. And those people get, like, 20k a month in salary. So, you know, I mean, the best of them do, but... Yeah. What are you gonna blitz? Nothing! Hi, Phoenix. What looks like the better 11th birthday gift to STVK? Probably the KBZ, to be honest. I mean, the STVK is a pretty solid vehicle if you know how to deal with it. That used to be the T95E6, but they buffed that pretty much. Which I think I can probably recommend now as well. The T95E6 is not as unarmored anymore as it used to be. So that kind of puts the STVK in a tough spot. But I'd probably pick the KBZ. I do have an armor infraction that will do 80 miles an hour on road. Woohoo! Shit! That's very fast. No. We can get 10 gamble boxes instead. Pfft, that would be a bad choice. That would be a terrible choice. Oops. Forgot to switch tank because I was reading a friggin' text message. I'm stupid. Alright, let's get up the hill. Playing the I-7 twice. Because I got a text message, I read it, and then I forgot that I didn't switch tank, and then I pressed battle. So... Anyway. Run med. Well, he doesn't have to. Well, he does have to now, because he's dead. Well, see ya, lads. We lose. Yep. I mean, see, they're at an they have an advantage down there, pretty much. But they're still losing. See ya. Ow. Second bounce of that guy. See, we can't win this because these guys need to push now because the two mediums are obviously going to take us from behind. And if you know one thing about that, then it should happen only with consent. Kinda gotta get out of the way here. How is he not dead yet? Okay, see now. Fuck off, Chieftain. You're... Yeah. Not very bright there, Chieftain. Not very bright, buddy. Well, he lived. Okay, see, that's how you do it. You gotta prioritize one side and clean it out. Because otherwise, if you get attacked from two sides, you are screwed. You can play each tanks twice. Oh, nah. Nah, I'm gonna do that. And get a good result here. It's not gonna work. That's another thing. Like, if you suspect that HE might work, just switch to it and then switch back. Switching to HE is faster than reloading. Or something like that. Yo! Alright. Yeah, well, no. Cyclone. Alright. Oh. I'm gonna send it. Die. Nope, nobody gonna stop him. Nobody gonna. Okay. Nope, not the WT. Not gonna bother. Gonna lose. Okay, GG. GG, lads. So, what happened here? Shit. Shit. All right. Nope, don't want that. I think they'll miss the camera game. Well, good luck. Have fun. Play the chims now. Where is my chims? There is my chims. Play about more armor. No, I haven't. I have not. There we go. I'm gonna go to the middle, and I'm gonna see. I play Red Dead 2. I did for a bit, yeah. So much horse riding. Like, what's the fun in that? Oh yeah. Okay, E25 needs help. I mean, there's nobody over there, so you're fine. Otherwise, I would have seen them by now. Oh, bulldoggy dog. Hello.
We've damaged them.
Didn't finish it. No, I didn't.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Why not? Too much horse riding.
Enemy armor is hit.
Couldn't be bothered. Alright. Gonna have to help this guy. I mean, he doesn't need my help, but I'm gonna help him anyway. Because here comes the defender. Here comes the Borsig. And he's dead. Alright, that's what the story tells. Well, maybe one day.
Gotcha.
Yo. The Borsig's hiding behind that rock. I don't know why he doesn't peek. Let's find that out. I don't think he could have gone anywhere. Nope, he didn't.
We've damaged them.
He could have not gotten anywhere. I did stream. Probably not. We'll see. We shall see.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
What you trying to do, honey? What you trying to do? I got backup. I got a friendo.
Penetration.
I got a friendo. Right here. Come on.
Enemy armor is hit.
Armor protection. Woo! That's how we do it. Okay, now the object's on 5-2. Next. Next up, yo.
Поехали.
Do-do-do-do. 3 Soviet Titan heavies. See if I can find him. He's gonna pat. Yes. Okay, we got a problem in the form of him. But if he's pushing, then he might not be a problem after all. However, that grill, he seems to be doing nothing. When a girl says she doesn't deserve you, what does that mean? I don't know what I mean. Maybe you're... Gotta ask what it means in that specific context. You know, it could mean that you're great. Could mean you're terrible. Deserve is a lot of things. Oh no. I'm giving the Jordan Peterson answer. What do you mean by deserve? What do you mean by woman? What do you mean by mean? I think that there probably isn't a more... better person at not being able to answer a question than that guy. It's like astronomical levels of avoidance. Yeah. I mean, she's always right. It's the easiest way to avoid trouble, if there is any, but then again, if you have to resort to that, you're probably with the wrong person anyway. As you know, as they say, misery loves company. Wait 6 months, summer's out of the situation. I think I could change anyone. Don't ever do that. Don't try to change other people. Just learn how they work. What do you mean wasted? Did you get boned? Did you have a fun time? Ain't wasted. Uh-oh. Gotta reverse! Is Dr. Fell even a real doctor, or does he just call himself that? I mean, I don't even mean medical doctor, but like PhD. Let me see. Hello, the first thing is no, he's not. He has a PhD in clinical psychology, but is not licensed to practice. Okay. That about explains nothing. Has ceased renewing his license in 2006. Okay, so he's... Why is he able to... Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Cat ID as the last one. Sure, it was fun, but never became something. Yeah, don't try to make... Unlike the universe, you can't make something out of nothing. And even that something ain't nothing. Even that nothing ain't nothing, because it's still energy. So, and even like the harder you try to convince someone of something, the harder it's probably gonna fail. You know? I mean, you can manipulate them into like becoming physically addicted to you, but that's bad. Fantasy Doctor. Doctor Who. Oh, lol. I gotta admit, there was a very long time in my life when I was aware of the name Doctor Who, but never bothered to look up what it actually was. So... shame. Speaking of fictional, that T-100. He ain't real.
Noch so einer und die sind fertig.
Yeah.
Kette wurde getroffen.
Well, I mean, this move is gonna pay off, but it's gonna hurt for now. Because that means these two guys are now... Never mind. Dead.
Ketten ist zerstört. Wir sitzen fest.
But they're probably gonna push forward. Maybe. Most likely. What the...
Nicht durch.
I aimed at his... Oh, it went into his turret. Unlucky. How's your dating life? Private? No. Epic and private. That's the one.
Wir haben sie voll erwischt.
No. What show was that from? I don't know. It's like it's Nick Offerman. I don't know what show it's from. Okay. Can't watch the stream anymore for that Doctor Who comment. Well, I know now. I've known for as long as you've been watching the stream.
Wir haben sie nicht mal angekratzt.
Definitely.
Beschädigt. Wir haben sie voll erwischt.
Well, it's 4 big heavies. And they're all sort of in a similar spot. That's 3 big heavies. Hello. You don't have the gun depression to shoot at my hull from right there. So I wouldn't try it. Lol. Parasol should chat today. Nothing is real. Everything is a figment of my imagination. I've been dreaming the last 12 years. This is Inception. And it spins. Okay, come here.
Wirkungstreffer.
Come here.
Gegnerisches Fahrzeug ausgeschaltet.
Beautiful. Leonardo DiCaprio wakes up in the Titanic. Oh. That would be the ultimate meta stuff. All right. Prick.
Time to roll out.
was a quick game. It was. Let's go. With the man tank. Let me see. Export. There you go.
That one didn't go through.
Come on! He's stopping me. A Model T of tanks.
We hit them hard.
Yeah, you can have it in every color. As long as it's an ace.
The track is damaged. Enemy armor is damaged.
You can have it in every color as long as it's an ace.
Penetration. Enemy armor is damaged. One of our trucks is gone. We can't move.
No! Monkey Man! Monkey Man! Monkey Man! Monkey Man! No! Why you do this to me? That's sad. For people. Oh well. Oh well. Sad, sad life. With that disappointment of an M2 Light battle, I'll be back on Friday. So, hope you enjoyed. And as always, thank you very much for watching. And see you on Friday, hopefully. Stay safe. Don't die. Goodbye.